Note to self, August 26th today. I've been doing the no carb or zero carb eating, and that's really eating meat and lots of it, especially beef. And about a year or so ago, in February last year, actually February 2023, I was eating mainly salads, lots and lots of salads, and fasting 3 or 4 times a week. I got down to 132 pounds. That all went wrong when we had a visitor come stay with us for a couple of weeks, and I started binge eating. And I put on so much weight and I felt absolutely horrendous. And my blood pressure was high, looking at about 160 over 90, 160 over 110, and on medication. So I was fighting, when I tried to get back on track, I was fighting to get my blood pressure down, did what I thought was the right thing to do. Just cutting in now, just going on my walk, back from the gym actually, and walking home, and this is my walk. So yes, I was fighting to get my blood pressure back down. I wasn't so much worried about the weight, it was the blood pressure. I could feel it, feel some of the symptoms, headaches, blurry vision. That's an acknowledgement to me that my blood pressure is quite high, and obviously I was taking my blood pressure with a blood pressure cuff, which was giving me the readings. And also the doctor's equipment was telling me also my blood pressure was pretty high. Anyway, so doing what I thought was the right things: salads, exercise, water, binging in between that as well, chocolate, ice cream, crisps, and then starving and yo-yoing like that. It wasn't doing me any good. Couldn't get my head around it. And with the fasting, it wasn't working for me. When I first started fasting, I could drop the weight within like 4 days fast. Now, my body's been through it so much, it's like I'm holding on to the fat, I'm holding on to this, I'm not going to starve again. So I ruined my rhythm of being able to lose weight in a few days. Wasn't working. So continued to look at different things, and one of my YouTube people that I subscribe to is Lisa D1. She does a lot of fashion. She's in the 50s group, so interests me. So in between that fashion, she started to talk about what she's doing and how she's lost so much weight. She wasn't huge before, but she's really nice and slim now. And she spoke of the carnivore diet, which is it's zero carb and mainly eating meat. And I'd heard her say it a few times, and sometimes it takes a few times for you to get it. And then I started to take interest. I saw Lisa being interviewed by 5 Minute Body, a lady called Rena. And it was very, very interesting and eye-opening. And there's a lot of fad diets out there. Anyway, I listened to Lisa, and she mentioned a doctor, Dr. Berry, and she mentioned another doctor, Anthony Chaffee. So I decided to listen to them. And it's an eye-opener, because what we're told by the governments is, and what you see when you walk into a supermarket, if you go into that particular aisle, the first thing you see, fruits and veg. And we're told, eat lots of fruits and veg. The zero carb, or Dr. Berry calls it the proper human diet, Anthony Chaffee, carnivore diet. Not that I didn't eat meat before, but I kept it very low. I wouldn't miss it if I didn't have it. Chicken, I ate chicken, turkey, lean cuts of meat. And that's what we're told. Keep fat low, keep butter low, buy low fat this, low fat that, buy vegetable oil, eat spinach, drink smoothies. When you start to listen to these guys and they start to tell you, it's like everything is totally reversed. It's eat lard, cook in butter, high fat butter. Eat lots of meat, fatty meat. Disregard the vegetables. Don't have smoothies. And you really have to listen to them to be educated by them. And if you still don't believe it, I think you should try it. Give it 30 days. I've been on doing this now about 20 days, and my blood pressure is 117 over 72 without trying. I'm eating lots of meat. Eat till you're satisfied. Don't eat till you're overstuffed. Eat till you're satisfied. You can't eat anything else. You won't want chocolates. You won't want crisps, biscuits. It does something. I mean, you're satiated. You don't want anything else. I could eat a salad and I'd want to eat some chocolate or some biscuits or a packet of crisps. And then I still want something else. Beef, butter, bacon and eggs is a good place to start. It sounds quite crazy because we've been programmed to eat lots of veg. But I would say to anyone, give it a try. I have to say, what will happen with some people, if you look at the scale, you stand on the scale, you'll see that you've increased your weight. I've gone up to now 144 pounds. I'm not worried about that. I am absolutely glad and happy and thankful to God for finding this way of eating and seeing my blood pressure come under control. I'm off medication. I forgot to mention that. I'm off medication. And this is day 20. So I'd say give it a try. Some people the scales will go up. They actually tell you, when you listen to these doctors, forget about weighing yourself. Because the weight starts to distribute in different areas, you're going to lose fat. You're eating fat, but you're going to lose fat. I can see more muscle on my body now. Your bones will weigh heavier. As you get older, and if you're eating a diet that's crappy, your bones will start to not be so dense. So eventually you could have a fall later on in life. Your bones are easy to break. So I remember when I was young, I used to hear people say, oh, if you're big boned, and that has some truth to it, because bones weigh, and I didn't really think about bones losing weight. I didn't think about it. It never crossed my mind. But with this type of eating, learning so much for your health. So you could put on weight. You could also put on fat. You can possibly put on fat, but your body will start to repair itself. Everything it needs to do before it even loses weight, it will start to repair itself from the inside out. When it's done all the repairs on the inside, it will start to shed the weight, and you'll start to come down in your size if you have weight to lose. God has made us fearfully and wonderfully. He's given us a body of intelligence. It can work its way into good health and well-being if we give it the right fuel to do its job. So when we're feeding it the things that the government is telling us to feed it with, we are putting ourselves into bad health. Reason being, if we really think about it, if we're sick, we're going to go to the doctor. Doctor's going to give us medication. Medication, pharmaceutical, it's money. If you look where it's going, it's all about the money. If we're dead, that's it. We're not paying. We're not contributing to the governments and the elite. If we are sick, keep us sick. Money's coming in. It's flowing out to the elite. It's going into the pockets of the scoffers. Really think about it. And the way that this world is going, if we look at the things that are going on, the things that have been going on last few years ago, if you really look at it, you can see that it's all about control, wealth, power. You really got to look at that. So they want to keep us sick. They want to put the chocolate bars at the tills where you can, go into places like, I don't want to name names, but you go into places where you've bought some items, you go to the checkouts and they snake you around the aisles where they're going to have chocolate bars, buy one, get one free. They're going to have crisps, little knickknacks that you can pick up and eat. They're not going to have meat there. But meat is a good substance. I've even checked out the Bible. I wanted to see what God had to say. And although in the beginning, with Adam and Eve, he gave them all the fruits to eat, all the fruit-bearing things to eat. Then later on, when Noah, God comes and says about the... I can't even give you the scripture. I have to say it in another time. But in Noah, God gives a command that Noah and people after him can eat the meat. So just keep it in mind, people. So really it's a note to myself, but I might post this today. So yes. I walk fast because the car's coming. So I'm very pleased, and I'm looking to see that I'm going to start dropping weight. Don't know when, it could be months, but believing that it will happen. And again, I'm just going to say, listen to Dr. Berry, Dr. Chafee, Lisa D1, and another lady who has a channel on YouTube called My Zero Carb Life. I think is the name of her channel. There's many out there. It's very educational, very eye-opening, and it's unravelling all the things that we've learned that we think keeps us healthy, which actually keeps us in bondage to medics and pharmaceutical companies. Anyways, thanks for listening. Thanks for the walk. Bye.